I'm also a huge fan of, and a video on city builders is on the way next for anyone else that likes them. One of my favorite things about this game is the emphasis put on the visuals, and I mean that in just about every direction, but one in particular is just the visual representation of any changes that are all taking place. As you pick up sticks and firewood and different items, you'll see them loaded onto your character. You actually have to pick up bigger sticks and logs and things and carry them where they're going. As you progress through the different stages of any given build, you can see the progress being made, as well as when you're upgrading buildings. You can see the damage being done to trees as you chop them down. There's just so much attention to detail that didn't necessarily have to be here, but the fact that it is just levels this game up so much in my opinion. It plays very well, the wide variety of systems present and quality of life implemented into each of them is evident of developers who not only loved their game, but the genre as a whole, and really wanted to add to it in a meaningful way. The resource scan, for example, is such a nice, important touch here. It doesn't cost you anything, it doesn't run out, there's no long cooldown. You just scan to see what types of resources.
Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my overview of Zero Seavert, specifically the 1.0 release. So for those not across it, I do overviews on this channel. I just have a look at the first 2 hours because it's the Steam refund window.
Is Escape from Duck-Off worth playing? That's what I'm going to let you know in this video. I'm going to tell you straight up front that absolutely yes, I think it's worth playing, but I want to tell you why I think it's worth playing. So if you're not familiar with the game, which I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't, because I hadn't heard of it until it dropped last week, and it is absolutely blown up in terms of popularity. As I'm recording this, it's already sold 500,000 copies in the first 5 days. It's approaching 200,000 concurrent players on Steam, and after having played it over the weekend, I can see absolutely why. Now, I traditionally play a lot of survival base building games, and this game does have elements of survival and base building, but it's kind of a different take on it because it's actually an extraction shooter survival game. So what that means is you are going to drop into a map, and there's currently, I think, 6 maps in the game. You're going to start off, this is the first map. You're going to come out of your bunker, or you can, later on, you can teleport. You'll drop into here, and you're basically going to explore around, you're going to kill mobs, you're going to unlock loot by searching loot boxes, and you're going to have quests you can complete as you're basically walking around. So that's essentially the gameplay loop. The difference between your typical survival game is going to be that you are
If
going to
only
have
it
to
wasn't isometric. It's so sad. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just not my style.
Resources are in your immediate area, and it helps a ton without making anything feel cheap or too easy or anything. Another really nice feature is being able to press Q to pin the recipe of whatever you're working on in the top left, so you know exactly what you're gathering and for which buildings. I feel like I had such a full experience in my 2 hours despite never really even venturing out from where I spawned. I got so addicted to what I was doing and getting my little settlement established that I saw virtually none of what I assume is a big world with a lot more to offer. I don't know what the rest of the game holds, but as for my experience in the first 2 hours, it's a 10 out of 10. I have no notes or criticisms at all, and I'm very excited to keep playing it. Next is Astroneer, and it offers one of the more unique experiences of any game in the video, in my opinion. And this is one of the reasons I enjoy making these videos as much as I do. I've had Astroneer in my library for a really long time now, and have never played it because every time I would think about it, I would just think, if I'm gonna play something like this, I'll just play No Man's Sky. And even though I knew they weren't really the same, that's still just what would happen. I'll say with Astroneer, the learning curve felt pretty steep. It doesn't really do much in the way of hand-holding, so you're largely left to your own devices to figure out what's going on. And some of the things seem kind of obvious once you know them, but when you consider being brand new and having no idea what's going on, it's easy to understand understand how you overlook something. Like, it took me a really long time to figure out my backpack had printing capabilities. I thought that was all done exclusively from, the printers. There were a couple of missions I was stuck on forever because I kept thinking I was missing something in unlocking the printer recipes. Like, it wanted me to craft a small generator, and despite my little tablet telling me I'd unlocked it, could not find the option to do so in any of the 3 printers I'd made. Once it finally clicked, it seemed sort of obvious. But again, I guess just being buried under not knowing what the hell was going on in any direction made things easier to overlook. Either way, none of that is meant to be a criticism of the game. I actually really enjoy it sometimes when a game just drops you in and lets you figure things out like that, especially in a game like this. You're going to be doing a lot of exploring and figuring things out and not really knowing what's going on, and little by little things will just start to click and it'll all start coming together in a pretty cohesive way. It's also pretty clear there is a lot going on in this game, and I can't even begin to imagine what it looks like when someone has a bunch of time in. I will definitely be looking up some late game Astroneer base tours on YouTube, because I bet they're insane. I did a little bit of exploring, accidentally fell down a few caves, almost suffocated a handful of times, and found a bunch of stuff that I had no idea what to do with or what it even was. The more you start figuring out, the more interesting the game gets and the more you want to keep going, but it's a bit of a slow burn early on. You're going to want to give this one at least an hour, I think, before you give up on it. I'd even go as far as to say this might be a game worth looking up a beginner guide or something on. There
Before
just
you
seems
give
to be
up
so
on
much
it.
here, I could see it getting overwhelming pretty fast. I did really enjoy my experience with this one. It's not unthinkable that someday I'd pop back in and give it a few more hours and see what I can get into. This one might also be particularly fun with a friend or two if you have any of those. It's definitely not my favorite from the video, but it is a fun game. I'm really glad I finally checked it out, and I imagine I'm not the only one who's had my eye on it for so long without playing it. So if you're also in that category, my recommendation is that you go ahead and give it a shot. Next on the list is Stranded Deep, and this is a really solid survival game. It begins with you surviving a plane crash and finding yourself, well, stranded deep. You paddle your raft to the first bit of land you see and basically just begin the process of trying not to die. I think the immersion here is fantastic, especially if you turn off the music. The combination of the game looking really nice and the excellent sound design really give you the desolate vibes you'd expect if you found yourself in that situation. The inventory management is going to take a minute to get used to, and it's going to be aggravating, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. I also really like how seamlessly you can pick up and drop things, and another thing that really adds to the immersion for me is the necessity in doing so. You'll find things like planks and sheet metal, and you can just pick them up and carry them where you want resources until you're established enough to build some actual storage for them. Like, I'll make a water still, and then I tend to just make a pile of palm fronds next to it for easy access. The survival elements are not bad at all. You do a little hunting as you find yourself able. There are fruits here and there, some wild potatoes scattered around, stuff like that.
I
It's
like
easy
his,
enough to keep yourself hydrated as long as you're paying attention.
I like
You will
his
need to be
southern
mindful on the
Savannah
sun you're getting, as
accent.
that will cause some problems if you let it. The world is very dangerous and hostile. From giant crabs and snakes and hogs, to the wide variety of things in the water waiting to attack you, or even just be stepped on so they can poison you. You have to be mindful of what you're eating so you don't make yourself sick. There's a lot to keep up with here, but it all makes sense for the most part. The world's also pretty big. There is a storyline to the game. I didn't uncover any of it in this 2 hours, but I have several hours in the game from a few years ago, so I know a bit more about what's going on. You're ultimately trying to get back home, but there's quite a bit to do and see as you figure all that out. One place the game falls a bit short for me is the building options. It feels very limiting, and I historically find it hard to do what I want to do when building structures. The other items to build, smokers and stoves and different things to utilize, are all great, but the actual building pieces for construction leave a lot to be desired. All in all, I think this is a solid game that offers a really immersive, believable, and enjoyable, albeit difficult survival experience with some lackluster building. But even so, still definitely worth checking out if you haven't. Up next is Sons of the Forest, and I had about 30 hours or so in this game prior to making this video, so I already knew that it was really good, but I forgot just how good it is. It had been a little while since I played, so I basically forgot how to do everything, so this felt very much like a genuine first 2 hours for me, and the more I rediscovered that you could do in this game, the more impressed I was all over again. As far as realistic and immersive building, I don't think there's a game that does it better than this one. And
Rust.
Shrouded has perhaps some of the best all-around building I've seen in a game, but if you're looking for something that emulates real life, Sons of the Forest
Oh,
does a
no,
really
no,
good
okay,
job with it.
yeah,
There's
like
obviously
realism,
a pretty
yeah.
in-depth story in this game, but I personally find it very hard to make any progress whatsoever with it because the survival and building mechanics are just so good I can't stop. And the world is absolutely stunning. One of the more beautiful worlds of any game in the video. The first game in the series had some pretty innovative takes on the mechanics you often see in survival games,
Yeah.
and they really take them to a new level in Sons of the Forest. One
Which
great example is
sucks.
the inventory management. When you open your inventory, you basically take off your pack and open it up, and you can see everything you're carrying as though you've literally unfolded your pack. You can interact with everything you're carrying and do quite a bit of crafting in here as well. It's a really cool system, and each item in the game sort of has its own compartment. So when you fill up on sticks, you're full, but only in the stick compartment, if that makes makes sense. As I said, the building is just next level. There's really no limit to what you can do if you're willing to take the time and figure out how to do it. There are plenty of prefabs you can place down and fill up if that's more your vibe, or you can build something totally on your own, and I just love the way they've done it. You chop down a tree, you carry the logs back, you place the logs the way you want to place them to build what you want to build. It's about as immersive as it gets. And for a system with so many intricacies and different ways to place
Boring.
things, they've made it feel really seamless. It's very impressive.
I didn't
also want
like
to talk
it.
about the real MVP here, Kelvin. Kelvin was with you in the helicopter that crashes at the beginning of the game, and he suffered a bit of a head injury. He can't hear you, so you communicate with him through a notepad by giving him instructions, and it's incredible. You can have him gather materials you need for building, fish, build things of his own, finish your builds, and a lot more. It's an amazing addition to a survival game, in my opinion, and really cool if you like playing solo, but also wish you had a little help sometimes. There's quite a bit more going on here, even before
didn't know
you really
about
start
that
getting into
system.
the story.
That's
But
cool.
I honestly think the less I tell you, the better your experience will be. So I'm intentionally not mentioning a few things about what's going on here.
I
It's also
hated
very
this
customizable,
game.
so if you don't care about the story and don't like the horror elements and don't care to engage in
Yeah.
anything other than trying to survive in this world, you can absolutely do that, and it would still be an amazing game. That's primarily what my 30 hours prior to this video consisted of, and I'm glad I hopped back in for this video because I'm reminded how much I love it and want to keep playing it. This is 100% a game you should check out. Next, we have No Man's Sky, and this is a game at this point we're all probably very familiar with in one way or another. It's been on quite the ride
How is
since it
this a
launched all the way back
survival
in
game?
2016.
I
I was
guess.
actually very excited for the release of this game. I bought all the hype, pre-ordered it, and planned a 12-hour stream for the second it released. And I did it, and then I didn't load it back up for another 8 years. It was one of the bigger disappointments a lot of people have experienced related to the release of a game since video games were invented. It was basically nothing that they promised it would be. And what made it worse is that it wasn't just a simple matter of over-promising and under-delivering. They just straight up lied about some of the features that were supposed to be in the game. What followed is nothing short of the greatest redemption arc in the history of video games. And to this day, they continue to drop massive updates that change the game in pretty dramatic ways. It's been a meme for a few years now that they announce another huge update for the game, and the community just says, guys, we forgive you, that's enough. But they just won't stop making this game better. And now it's among the bigger and better games available in the whole genre. You'll start out on a planet that spawns just for you. It's not the same starting planet that anyone else gets. You do start in the same galaxy, and will shortly after find your first ship that is also the same first ship as everyone else. But the planet is unique to you, which I think is pretty cool. There is a lot to learn, and the tutorial's pretty good at walking you through it, and my advice is to aggressively follow it because it's eventually going to work you toward discovering a hyperdrive for your ship, which is when the game really opens up for you. Before that, you're sort of confined to whatever handful of planets happen to be in the vicinity, and it's not until you get the hyperdrive that you can start traveling to different systems and really seeing everything the game has to offer, and it's vast. In some ways, it'll feel pretty familiar if you've played survival games before, and in many other ways, it'll take a while to get the hang of what's going on and what to do, but you will eventually reach a point where the universe is yours to explore, and it's just insane, and again, just keeps getting better with every update. I know they recently added Voyagers, which introduced shipbuilding and interiors, so now you can walk around inside your ship rather than just hopping in the cockpit. I know I'm summing it up quickly, but the scale of this shouldn't be understated. It was an insane update. It's very much a universe-sized sandbox once you reach a certain point in the tutorial/storyline, and then it's up to you to make your own adventure, really. If you want to keep progressing the story, there's plenty of it. Maybe you want to search for the perfect paradise planet and build a huge base, or now build yourself a huge ship and just live there. Maybe you want to collect and customize ships, or exosuit upgrades, or weapons, or just discover as many different planets and life forms as possible. Maybe you want to tame a bunch of alien pets. You really can just do whatever you want here. And it's also a lot of fun to play with friends. I almost didn't include this one because I felt like it was popular enough that you all feel how you feel about it already, but I decided to put it in the video in hopes that maybe I could convince a handful of people who don't want to give it a chance to change their minds, because it's one of the more gratifying experiences available in survival games currently. It's not remotely the game it was when it came out, and honestly, with as frequently as they drop huge game-changing updates, it's not even the game it was a couple of years ago. Rocky start aside, I think they've more than redeemed themselves, and this game deserves another shot if you haven't given it one. You won't regret it. Moving along, we have The Long
I liked
Dark,
it.
and this was another one I've had in my library forever and have never gotten around to, and oh my god, what a game. I was under the impression this was more of a story-driven game with survival elements, and while it does have a story mode, it also just has a straight-up survival mode, which is what I dove straight into for this video. And I realized very quickly the level of quality I was dealing with here. The sound design is fantastic, and they really have a way of making you feel the environment. It's also a very slow-paced game. This won't be a game where you're sprinting around and Skyrim jumping up mountains or doing anything ridiculous. This is about as close as you're going to come in a survival game to feeling like you're in the place the game says you are. There's no tutorial in this mode. Everything is a figure-it-out-as-you-go adventure here. Perhaps the story mode offers a bit more of a tutorial, which I definitely will go back and play, but for this mode, there's none of that. So I just proceeded as though I was the one stranded out here. A lot of survival games I've played can struggle a bit with hunger and thirst, and oftentimes it's just obnoxious to maintain yourself. I think it's damn near perfect here. At no point did I feel like it was unreasonable when I was hungry or thirsty, but I also had to be mindful of what I was eating and doing, as I was eventually going to run out of food and have to figure out a way to start hunting or finding any other means for food than the occasional granola bar and can of soup. The world is incredibly harsh and hostile toward you. One of my first dangerous encounters was a moose chasing me, and I got about as close to getting trampled as I think you can get without it happening. It was crazy intense. I also got attacked by a wolf and barely made it out of that. I did see a couple of bears, but I made very sure to maintain my distance from them. I got what little exploring I could get done in my 2 hours. You can't be outside too long before you start paying for it, but there seems to be so much to see here. Lots of secrets and notes and places to explore. You can apparently turn any interior into a base, so if you find somewhere you want to settle into, it's yours. As far as just straight up survival games go, this has to be one of the better ones I've ever played. There's an insane amount of attention to detail here. You can layer your clothing, and what you wear matters in more ways than one. There seems to be a pretty deep crafting system that I was just never really able to get much into because I lacked the tools I needed and didn't know how to get around that. I never figured out how to make an improvised knife or anything. So I mostly just spent my time exploring and trying to survive. To give you an idea of just how much you need to respect this world, I played as though I was actually trying to survive for the first 90 minutes or so, and then for the last bit decided to get a little reckless and venture out further to see what I could find, not worrying too much about whether or not I survived. And within 15 minutes of making that decision, I was very nearly dead. Right as I was on death's door, I found a little cabin that had something in it and a bed, so I was able to recover right around the 2-hour mark. But basically, the minute I stopped actively trying to survive, the world nearly killed me. I love the slow pace. I think the environment and sound design are incredible. I think they nailed the survival aspects in just about every way they tried to, and I'm so glad I finally got around to playing this. I will 100% go back and play through the story, and then take what I learned over into survival and see what I can accomplish. And if you're doing what I did for so long with this game and not playing it for whatever reason, stop it right now and load it up. It's an experience every survival game fan needs to have. Next is plain hell, and this is an interesting one because there's so much to like about this game, and I think they were really innovative with the implementation of a lot of the systems here. But man, it's such a brutal game too. For starters, I was no closer to really understanding what to do at the end of my 2 hours than I was at the beginning, and I spent the first 30 minutes playing the tutorial. There is definitely some useful stuff in the tutorial, and perhaps if I'd continued to just play the story, I'd have learned more about how the game worked. But I decided after the tutorial to just jump straight into survival, and jump into survival I did. It literally plops you down in the middle of the jungle with nothing, and you just have to survive, which is fairly standard. But one thing about innovating so heavily is that nothing really felt super intuitive. Crafting is even pretty hard to figure out. The notebook can hold a lot of information in it, and it operates in a similar fashion as something like Sandbox Forest. But I think a big difference here is that the notebook won't have information in it until you've found relevant items. So even figuring out how to craft your initial set of tools is a bit of a process. Once you know it, it might not seem that complicated, but coming in blind, it really feels like they could have given us just a little bit more. I'd say my only real criticism for the game is that, though. I think this is a phenomenal survival game. One of the more immersive and believable experiences in the whole genre. I do want to talk specifically about some of the innovations I've mentioned. One is the way you deal with injuries and just overall maintenance of your body. There's an inspect mechanic where you literally visually look at the different parts of your body to see how injured you are, or just in general what's going on with them. Like there are leeches, for example, so you're going to occasionally want to just do a check to see if there are any leeches on you can pull off. This is also how you'll bandage and treat your wounds and stuff. It's really cool, and I really like the slower pace of things like this in a survival game. I think the crafting and building systems are fantastic. Again, my only issue with them is just feeling like I had no idea what was going on for such a long time, but I know in time that gets better. Maybe a good specific to touch on here is like, I had no idea how to build anything that would collect water, or how I was going to make that water safe to drink once I collected it. Like, I know boil it, but how? I guess I just never found one of the components needed for something like that, because it never showed up in my notebook. As for the world, holy cow, it's insanely gorgeous. And there are some really cool things going on here, like this stream. One day the water was this low, and then the next day I woke up and it was raining and the water level was much higher. I think that's awesome. To have the world actually be changed based on the weather and what's going on, it's so cool. This is another game that I think does a really good job with hunger and thirst, and there's also a sanity mechanic you have to stay on top of. This is a game I'd like to spend quite a bit more time in, as I know it's got an insane amount of content and building options and stuff, and I'm really curious to see how it opens up and what all is possible with more time. And I just think this game takes more than 2 hours to really get into. Either way, it's a beautiful world and a game with a lot of really innovative takes on popular systems and mechanics mechanics, and it offers a pretty insane level of immersion compared to most other survival games I've ever played. Highly recommend. Next up, we have Kenshi, and the first thing I need to say about this game is that it absolutely takes more than 2 hours to get an idea of what this game has to offer, but it's so worth it. I love this game, and I'm dying to put more time into it and see what I can accomplish. It's likely going to be very different than anything else you've played, and it's going to take some time to get used to. And you might even feel like you don't like it at first, but please just stick it out, because when things start clicking, oh my god, it's so good. I obviously don't know a ton about the game. I played maybe 8 hours a couple of years ago, and I've seen a video essay here and there, but I still know basically nothing about the game relative to how big the game truly is. This is very much a game where if you have an idea, you can probably do it, and if you can't, it's only because you haven't learned how to do it yet. I really like games where your character isn't special, you're just another person in a world trying to find your way, and Kenshi basically epitomizes this concept. You will never feel less like the main character than in this game, and that makes even the smallest wins feel so significant. I think the best way for me to continue this review is to just sort of specifically walk you through my 2 hours playing. It took me a few minutes to get my bearings, and I decided rather than try to leave the hub, which is the city I spawned in, and build something in the middle of nowhere, I'd instead buy this old broken down building and repair it and just live there. I needed a bit more money, so I found an iron vein not too far from town, so my plan was to mine up a bit of ore and sell it. Some random dude just ran up on me and attacked me while I was mining, and we were fighting a bit. It wasn't looking too bad for me, so I was going to try and see the fight through, but then a second dude showed up and I decided it was time for me to run. I made it back to town and they knew better than to follow me in, so I regrouped, healed up, slept, and the next day headed back to my iron vein to continue. I got what I needed, and on my way back to town got jumped by a very large group of wanderers, and that was basically it. I was pretty much left for dead as I was unconscious and my condition was only getting worse. Rather than watch myself die for the next hour, I went ahead and started a new character and decided I'd just repeat the plan. And immediately upon leaving town, I got jumped by a bunch of dudes again, so I ran back to town, but this time they followed me into town, so I ran all the way into the bar where I knew a bunch of heavily armed people tend to hang out, and that worked out in my favor because they beat the absolute dog shit out of all of them and dumped their bodies outside. This allowed me to loot all of them and sell what they were wearing, as well as keep some of the better gear for myself. Now I've got about 5,000 bucks and a decent set of gear, so what was nearly a death within the first 30 seconds instead turned into a much better start than usual. I bought my building and some building supplies, repaired it, built my research table, and got to work. I decided I'd work toward opening a weapons shop, as I knew there was iron close to town, and weapons might sell decently enough to let me start generating some income. This is, of course, a bit of an undertaking, but that was the plan. And by the end of my 2 hours, I had my weaponsmith built, a weapon rack in the shop, and had researched what was necessary to start producing iron into iron plates so that I could make weapons. The next issue to solve was going to be the amount of space I had, as that machine was not going to fit in my small shack. That's what I got up to in my 2 hours, but I can't stress enough to you just how free you are to do whatever you want in this game. If you want to be a wandering trader, or try to become a legendary warrior, or go try and start your own city, or conquer another city, or just be a citizen in an already established city, or farm, or literally whatever you can come up with to do, you can probably do it. I just love this game so much because it feels like whoever made it was so determined to make exactly the game they had in mind, and it really just seems like they nailed it. This is an incredible game, and one of the more unique gaming experiences available in any genre in my opinion, and if you're willing to stick it out and push through the initial phases where it feels impossible to play, both in function and difficulty, I really think you'll be glad you did. I'm actually considering streaming this one for a while over at twitch.tv/jgig, so if you're interested in seeing that, come on over. Either way, just an amazing game. I highly recommend everybody try it out. Next, we have Icarus, and this might be a hot take, but it's among my least favorite games on the list. I just really don't like this game. There is some fun to be had here, I guess, but there are just too many things about this game I don't like to ever choose to play it over anything else in this video besides subsistence maybe, and we'll talk about that one soon. The best way I think I can sum up my issues with this game is that it just doesn't make sense. It's not intuitive at all, and I just really don't know what type of experience they're trying to offer here. The survival elements in this game are in no way realistic or immersive. Surviving to anything other than hostile wildlife is not challenging in the slightest. There's an abundance of food. It's way too easy to gather resources. If you just walk around looking at the ground while holding E for like 2 minutes, you'll have enough fiber to last you for several hours. Trees go down in a couple of swings, and each piece you pick up is worth way
They're
more
all
than it
like
looks
this,
like it
though.
should be, and I just really don't understand why. I killed one of these big horse creatures and it gave me like 15 leather but only 4 bones. While I'm on the topic of the big horse creature, another one attacked me and I killed it only to find out it had a baby. So now I'm taking care of this horse baby. And then another one attacked my horse baby, so I killed it too, and guess what? It also had a horse baby, so now I'm taking care of 2 horse babies because I'm not a monster. And while I think it's really cool that there's animal taming here, what is the logic in just pressing E and then they just follow me around until I fed them enough to tame them? Sounds to me like if I just give them a command and they follow me indefinitely, they're they're already tame. You see what I'm saying? It's like there were a lot of ideas here, none of them were fully realized. I think perhaps the most annoying thing is that the first and basically only thing the game tells you to do in the beginning is craft a workbench, which you'd think would mean your goal is to find the resources needed and craft it, but no, you actually don't unlock the workbench until level 10, and level 10 isn't going to get here particularly quickly unless all you do is focus grinding experience, and even then it's going to take a bit. So why is that the tooltip on my screen? Why is that the first thing you tell me to do if I have to work my way through the entire first phase of this tech tree? And speaking of the tech tree, why is it laid out like this? It sort of looks like you need to work your way from left to right, but nope, that's not really the case either. Building pieces are all the way to the right, but if you think that means you can't just go ahead and unlock them now, you're mistaken. I just think Icarus has one of the worst early game phases of any survival game I've ever played. All of the gathering feels like a formality. The fact that the first tip the game gives you can't be done until level 10 is goofy as hell. The tech tree's a mess. I don't like the recipes for a lot of the stuff you need to craft. It's just not great in my opinion. As for what I do like, maybe my favorite thing about the game is that when there are storms, it'll do stuff like blow trees over and damage your base, and you really feel the effects of there being storms when they happen. As for the building, it seems decent enough, but as with basically every other system in this game, there are so many other games doing it better. I just don't know why I'd play this one. I know there are people that like this game, and perhaps the big appeal is the later game content, but it really just didn't do it for me at all. If you like this one, more power to you, but I can't see myself recommending it to anyone. Up next, however, is Valheim, and what a game, dude, what a game. I played a pretty good bit of Valheim back in the day, and it was really awesome to hop back in for a bit for this video. I've been meaning to for a long time and just haven't gotten around to it, but it's just an incredible game. There's so much to talk about this one, where to even start? I will say it's not the most traditional survival game in the sense that you don't have to do things like eat or sleep to survive, but those things do play a big part in your overall success and enjoyment. There are a lot of different foods to eat and meals to discover and cook that offer you a variety of perks and effects, with the primary ones early on being to boost your max health and stamina. It's really not a bad idea to always have a full belly so your HP is higher, because there are some pretty dangerous enemies in this game and they will definitely sneak up on you. The progression is very smooth, it's a very nice early game, and while you will have to be deliberate in your attempt to progress, it'll be a bit before you hit any real speed bumps. If you're someone who wants a little more adventure than a typical survival game offers, you're not really going to find a better one than Valheim, and it's even more fun with friends. The world is beautiful, there's so much to explore and uncover and work toward. There are bosses you need to try to figure out how to summon so that you can then try to defeat them so you can bring the trophy back and hang it up, which will unlock a special ability depending on which one you decide to have active. I didn't get to that in my first 2 hours, but I can tell you from experience, they're very fun fights, and the more you prep and plan, the more likely you are to be successful. It's not just hack and slash, they're actually all unique and interesting bosses. The building is top notch, I'd say among the better building systems in any game in the video. I'd say it's up there with Enshrouded, and I think Enshrouded gets the edge because of the ability to dig into and build underground or into a mountain or something. You can't really do that in Valheim to the same degree, but you can still build some pretty incredible things. Valheim is a game very much worth looking up some big base tours on YouTube and just having your mind blown. The combat's really good in my opinion, particularly for a survival game. I know combat can generally be a big point of contention, but I don't think there's much to not like about it here. It never feels clunky or unresponsive, the hitboxes are good, there's a pretty wide variety of weapons and shields, there's blocking, parrying, dodge rolling, critical hits of sorts. I think they did a really good job with it. Even aside from the bosses, there's plenty in the world to be weary of. There are several different biomes, all with their own enemies and challenges and resources and things to discover. It's not a map you can necessarily just wander around freely, you'll need to prepare for your journeys. You can also build rafts and boats and eventually ships, and the sailing is also really good. Nothing in this game feels half-assed. There are so many little details too, like one example is if you're hunting deer, it matters which way the wind is blowing. If the wind is at your back, they'll smell you from further away and it'll spook them sooner. It's like that's not even super necessary, but it adds a lot to the immersion. I only have a handful of mild complaints, and it's just things like the clothes you're wearing taking up space in your inventory. I'm not generally a fan of that. I prefer slots specifically for what you're wearing. I also think that just makes more sense. Hell, in reality, the things you're wearing often add to your storage capabilities. I don't know why they thought it made sense for clothes to take up inventory space here. But again, it's all minor stuff like that, and the modding community is pretty incredible for this game, so anything you don't like, you can definitely fix with a mod. I know I sort of reviewed this game outside of my first 2 hours, but it's hard to not go on and on about how amazing this game is once you know, and I definitely know by now. I think Valheim is one of the best games you can buy in the genre. There's nothing else that really delivers this type of experience in the way it does. It's a massive, beautiful game that sort of has something for everyone. If you're looking for a hardcore, realistic survival simulation, then this probably isn't the one to go for. But honestly, anything else you're looking for is here in spades. Whether you want to just build, or you're looking for exploration and adventure, or combat with big insane boss fights, or something to even just chill by yourself yourself or with a group and enjoy the beautiful world the game has to offer, Valheim can do it all. And between the world creation settings and mods, you can tailor the experience to fit exactly what you want with no compromises. It's one of, if not the best game in the video, and a must-play in my opinion. Speaking of best games in the video, up next we have Vintage Story, and if you're not familiar with this game, you might be inclined to see that it looks like Minecraft and just shrug it off.
He has
as
good
another
taste.
clone, but that would be a huge mistake. This is absolutely one of the best survival games I've ever played in my life. If you're looking for immersion, you're going to have a really hard time finding a game that offers it better than Vintage Story does. This game really zeroes in on the details and experience of surviving in the wilderness, and there's just so much to learn here, and it's so rewarding when you do learn it. To give you one idea of what I'm talking about, let's take a look at the process of making your tools in the early game. You'll find stones on the ground as you explore, which is fairly common for survival games, but here you actually have to nap your tool heads out of whatever stones you find. You'll make yourself a knife so you can begin collecting dry grass, and an axe to chop down trees and make firewood, and use these materials to piece together a campfire. You'll eventually find clay and use it to make bowls and cooking pots and crocks, and then fire them in a pit kiln you had to dig out and fill up with the right materials. You can make a charcoal pit by digging a hole, filling it with firewood, setting it on fire, and letting it burn for a few days. You'll want to start a farm, and you'll need to pay attention to what minerals are in your soil because certain crops need certain minerals. And you'll also need to cycle your crops, as one crop will absorb what it needed from the soil and leave it depleted for a cycle. In every single direction in this game, the level of detail will blow your mind. You will so quickly forget that you're in a blocky Minecraft-looking world and get so caught up in surviving and progressing to the next age. It's just such an incredible experience. The game is also just gorgeous. I could spend an hour going on and on about all the amazing things this game has to offer, but I want to be very careful of robbing you of the experience of discovering it yourself. It's also very highly customizable, so if there's something you don't like or that you think is too hard or too easy, it's all easily changed to create the experience you want. I, for example, am not really a fan of the temporal rifts and enemies in general, so in worlds where I plan to play long term, I turn those things off. There's also an amazing modding community, and this is one of the easier games to mod. It's not on Steam, you have to buy the game from their website, and when you do, you create an account that your game is tied to, and that gives you access to the mods page, where you literally just find a mod you like and click install. It's super easy, and again, the modding community for this game is incredible. Most of the mods I've used just felt like they belonged in the game anyway. If there's one must-play game on this list, it's Vintage Story. I know I've said there are a few must-plays, but if you only want to play one game I talk about in this video, I think it should be this one. It will continuously blow your mind the longer you play it. It is phenomenal, and only getting better as time goes on, as the developers are insanely active and regularly adding huge updates to the game, as well as staying on top of all the existing content. Everyone that I've ever recommended this game to has gotten lost in it. You will not regret checking it out. I actually have another channel where I do Let's Plays and other types of gaming content, and when I was brand new to Vintage Story, I started a Let's Play series on it. So if you want to play along with me as I learn the game, I'll have that
Oh,
link
that's
below.
this guy? Okay, I wondered. I was like, how do I know this guy? And because I was like, oh no, I'm subbed to him. But I think I've seen his stuff before.
Did a few early game guides over there if you feel like you need
Yeah, and he got me into Vintage Story, rather.
more guidance. And there's a Vintage Story section in my Discord.
Then I was like, why play that over Rust? Which is always the problem. Okay, let's go farm the new zone. Or no, I guess I could go forward in the quest line. Let's go forward in the quest line, I guess.
Discord if you want to hop in and get plugged in that way. I'm sure there are people in there that would be down to join a server or just answer any questions you may have. For the sake of time, I'm going to wrap it up here for Vintage Story, but I'll say one more time, if you're a fan of survival games, you owe it to yourself to try this game out. It truly is one of the more incredible games I've ever played.
He's
Moving
right.
along, we have
Yeah.
Sunken Land, and this one's fine. There isn't much negative criticism for me to give this game, but it just didn't really do anything for me. I love the concept, and I think a lot of the things they did here are really cool. It's an ocean-based game of sorts.
Hi,
except here
kitty.
the ocean is covering what used to be civilization, I guess, so a large portion of the game is to be played underwater.
Hi.
It's really pretty at times. I had a really good time exploring underwater. There are some sharks and other fish around.
Oh,
I'm
I
not sure if you
love
find more
you.
stuff the longer you play. I mostly saw great whites, hammerheads, and what I guess are swordfish that are not hostile. There are also
Hi,
several different
baby.
factions around the map that all appear to be hostile.
How
and
are
enemies
ya?
do respawn unless you plant a faction flag on their island to
I
claim their
love my
territory.
kitty
So
so
if you see an
much.
island with a base you like, if you're able to kill everyone on the island and plant a flag, it's your base now, which I think is really dope. And some of the islands
This kitty's so happy. I've never met an animal that's more happy than her. I think she's immensely happy, because for like 10 years she, you know, they fixed her when she was very young. She was a farm cat, and she's not out there breeding kittens or doing the normal farm cat stuff. She's like a domesticated, well, halfway domesticated farm cat. And for 10 years she had a master, but her master patterned on her brother, the male cat. He was a big orange, he's a big orange cat. And and yeah, and you know, and so when my stepfather died in June, she just like we knew she was going to have a really bad time with it, because there was like she had never been close to a human in the first place. I mean, she was close to my to my stepfather, which was her master, but she wasn't, but she wasn't really like close with him. She didn't hang out with him. She didn't come sit on his stomach like this and purr, or if she did, it wasn't very often, you know. And now she's just permitted to just love a human, which is what I think she's chosen to let that be, you know, what's the word, enriching thing in her life. And she's just thrown her little kitty heart, you know, and I have too, like, she's thrown her little kitty heart and soul into it, and she shows me love all the time, and she's very, very, very happy that we're like able to make this connection. You can see that she is. And she's taught me things about joy, just understanding the simple things in life, like having a connection with something or someone. It's just simply loving, simply choosing to just be there. We're like, all right, we're gonna fucks with each other, you know. We're gonna fucks with each other. We're gonna do this, you know, and we're gonna roll with each other till death to us part. And she's very, very happy that she has that right now. It brings tears to my eyes. And she tells me all the time, she's like, you know, you could tell she was quite a lonely kitty. She was like a lonely kitty. She wanted a master very, very badly, but that just wasn't the case. It just wasn't how planet Earth, it wasn't the cards that planet Earth dealt her. Not until I showed up. How do we get out of this box? I don't know where I'm going. I think this is the right way.
Islands are actually really big with some pretty impressive build.
Oh, I made myself sad. Not sad, but just like, well, they're tears of joy. Because it's like, I don't think she wasn't planning on it. I don't think she was planning on, like, I think she spent like 60% of her life just being a farm cat. And she would come home at night when my stepfather wanted her to, and she was a well-trained kitty that was a good mouser, and just an all-around high-quality cat. You know, she brings me a mouse almost every day if they're out there to be got. Like, you know, she kills bunnies sometimes, you know, because they're kind of rampant. There's, you know, she's a good hunter for a farm cat. And I'm just nuts about her because she's like, you know, she's very simple like me. I don't think she needs the world to be a complicated place, despite being an actually fairly intelligent cat with, you know, a lot of facets to her personality and such. And I don't think she needs anybody, but she was very, very happy to get somebody. I don't think she was planning on it. She spent in cat years, in human years, she's probably 60 something. So at the end of her life, pretty much, not at the end of her life, but three-fifths of the way through her life, she was able to pattern and be with a human finally in a way that's been extremely meaningful to her. And I'm very happy that she was able to get that. And I'm happy to see it again too. You know, I faced a charge recently for trespassing because I was trying to find my cat, you know, and I had a cat that I raised from a very young age. all the way to the age of about 10, and then I traded him to my roommate. Now he's probably passed. You know, he's probably so old that the cat himself is past Pixel. But you know, I just never thought I would pattern on an animal again. It was so devastating when I lost him. And you know, but here I feel much safer being able to confide my friendship in this cat. I don't think she's going anywhere. I don't think I am either. Where the fuck do I go? Is it up there? Oh, there's a boss. What the fuck is this? He's dropped Contagious Plague. Cool, I got a legendary bow. Thank you. Wow. But where do I go for this thing? Like, where do I go? Oh. Mushrooms, huh? I don't think this combat's bad. I just don't. Maybe I'm just a mindless combat guy. I like this combat more than fucking Elden Ring. I'm sorry, I do. Wow. You know, the rat tails are actually worth a lot. I wonder why he didn't want it. I need one more. Ah. I don't want to stand by this thing anymore. I want to go to... Oh, I went to... buy scrolls. And I went to the wrong place. I want to go to the auction house. I'm just going to go to Reloot. Well, no, I guess I can go to... The hell happened? Oops.
On them. I think it would be awesome to try to take some of them over, but obviously the bigger bases are with the more established factions who all have armor and automatic weapons and stuff like that to make it really difficult to conquer. The crafting and stuff is fine enough. Sometimes I didn't think it made a ton of sense, but none of it was really a big deal. Like needing scrap metal to make a stone axe, and then needing that stone axe to make a crude axe, but crafting the crude axe didn't consume the stone axe, so now I just have this stone axe. Just little silly stuff like that. Nothing really worth a formal complaint or anything. I don't think the building mechanics here seem to be anything special. That's not to say you wouldn't be able to build some cool stuff, but I think if you did, it would be more a testament to you than what the game itself offers you. It just all felt very standard and rudimentary. I guess that's just sort of maybe how I feel about everything in the game. Mechanically, it all just feels like baseline standard stuff. The crafting, building, combat, movement, etc. all just sort of feels like out-of-the-box template survival guide stuff, but with quite a bit of extra work put in to make it all fit the theme of the game. Which again, I'm not even necessarily saying is a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad game at all. It's just not anything special in my opinion. And especially with the fresh memories of everything else I played for this video, I just can't imagine why I'd ever choose this game, you know? I would play this game if a friend wanted to play it. I said while I was streaming that this felt like one of those games you needed to play with a friend or a group of friends to really get the most out of it. Some survival games I can play for hundreds of hours by myself and love every minute of it, and sometimes I really feel like you need someone else involved, and this feels like one of those games for me. I don't have any strong feelings about it either way. If you love it, that doesn't surprise me, and if you hate it, that doesn't surprise me either. As far as whether or not I recommend it, I don't know, man. It seems to have good enough reviews on Steam. People seem to like it. If you like the idea of a game like this, and you have either already played Subnautica, Stranded Deep, and Raft, or for some reason just don't want to play those, then I reckon this one's worth a look. Otherwise, go play those other games first for sure. Up next is Live Venture, and this game is exactly what you'd expect it to be by looking at it, at least for the first 2 hours. It's fine. There's nothing out of the ordinary here, but there's also not really anything wrong with it. It's fun enough. I like it better than Sunderland. Props for having the punch animation actually use proper form. You don't see that much. The building is fine. Progression is fairly standard, I'd say, and not too hard. The game could be a little bit clearer in the tutorial about a couple things, but again, it's all easy enough to figure out and it feels pretty smooth. And this does seem like it's probably a little bit more linear than most other survival games. The map is pretty much already revealed to you, with an entrance to some mines and perhaps another portal to another area here and there. I think there are probably bosses for you to work toward being able to beat. The combat's kind of meh, but it's fine. You're probably not playing this game for the combat anyway. It's definitely more low-key. It's kind of up to you to push into areas that are more threatening, and I imagine as you progress that gets more and more necessary. I had to start pushing into the mines a bit and fighting bears and wolves, which you definitely need to be careful about. There's a small part of me that is curious about how things look later in the game. There seems to be quite a bit to unlock as you go, with lots of abilities and different tiers to unlock in your workbenches and stuff. I will say I never figured out how to use abilities. I unlocked a couple and assigned them to Q and E, but I guess maybe there's an item or something I needed to get to be able to actually use them, or maybe I was just missing something. Either way, the game felt fine without them in my 2 hours, but they probably get a little more important later on as well. There isn't really much else to say about this one. Oh wait, actually I just remembered there is voice acting in the opening scene, and I won't make any blatant accusations, but I'll say it sounds very much to me like AI voices.
You should be looking for a way back to your world.
We are called the famous Forest treasure hunters for a reason.
And if that's the case, that's kind of goofy, but it's also not a huge deal, I guess. Either way, if you want something a bit more low-key, or maybe a survival game that's like sort of old-school RuneScape adjacent in some ways, and you just don't want to play RuneScape for whatever reason, you might dig this one. It's fine. I probably won't play it again, but it's fine. And here we are. We saved the worst for last. Subsistence is quite possibly the worst survival game I've ever played. There's really just not a single thing I like about this one. And I've tried several times over
This
the
guy
years
doesn't
because
know
I really
Rust
like the
exists
idea
either.
it presents. It's a very difficult, fairly raw feeling survival game, and if you just look at it, you might think it has some potential, but that quickly starts to fade as you play it and really only seems to get worse over time. I know I'm being harsh, and I generally try not to be unless I really think it's called for, so let's just get into all my issues with it. You can tell me if you think I'm being unreasonable. The game spawns you in with an axe, a pistol.
See,
and a
this game is
glow stick,
cool. I'm like on a
with a couple
bridge.
of other items
I'm
in there.
healing this
I
random
already don't
dude as
like
he
this
fights
start, and you will
spiders. It is
probably learn
good.
fairly
It's like a
quickly
good
on the
game.
pistol isn't going to do you any good anyway if a bear or a wolf comes after you. So what's actually the point of it? The tutorial starts off by having you gather some wood and fiber to craft some planks and ropes, which is fairly standard. But the problem is that it has you do all of that to craft a foundation and a wall. You need nails for this, and the only way to get nails right now is to find them in random crates that inexplicably spawn all over the map. So I hope you get some good RNG, because sometimes crates have 3 or 4 nails, and most of the time they have none. Good luck. Oh, by the way, those containers, which will always present an option to unlock, yeah, sometimes they require a lockpick and sometimes they don't. Have fun. Also, back to chopping trees. There's no animation for a tree falling when you cut it quote unquote down. You just deplete it of all its wood for a bit. It doesn't fall, it doesn't disappear, it's just temporarily out of wood, I guess? So anyway, after you finally find the nails you need, you can build your foundation and wall. I hope you were able to find nails before the sun went down, by the way, because the temperature drops to freezing. Too bad the tutorial didn't say shit about building yourself a fire, but at least you can sit on your foundation next to your wall all night. Hopefully the wall is in the right direction to block the cold, cold wind. The next step in the tutorial is to build a base computer, for which you'll need electrical components. And guess what, idiot? Go find them, because they're basically electricity nails and there's no way to make them right now. That will take anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes, depending on how lucky you get. But the reward for finally building it is that you get to find out there's literally not one single useful thing you can do with it right now, because you need to build generators for your base so that it has power, so that you can build stuff that needs electricity, like a bed, for example. You guys know how when you're tired at night, you can't actually get into bed and you plug it in? It's like that. At some point, you're going to want to open your map, and hey, look at this cool animation that happens when you open it. Enjoy that while it lasts, because you're mere moments away from being annoyed that the map dragging controls are inverted for some reason no one will ever understand. Yeah, you click the map and drag it, and it's going to move in the opposite direction you're expecting it to, based on literally every single other game in the history of human beings that lets you click and drag a map around. I hope at no point in your time playing you attract the attention of a bear, because if one starts chasing you, you're dead. They're much faster than you. They'll climb walls if they have to, but one way or another, they're gonna swipe your fucking head off. I could do this for another 45 minutes, but I think you all probably get the point. This game sucks my butthole until I weep. I think this may have been the final straw. I may actually finally remove this game from my Steam library. So something positive may have actually come from the last 2 hours I played. If you feel like you deserve to be punished for something, go ahead and throw this in the old Steam cart and enjoy getting your karma back up to default. Otherwise, I suggest everybody not waste their time on this game, especially with all the other incredible games in this video. Now, let's quickly talk about the best in a few different categories. These are all in no particular order. Most realistic survival experience: Unreal World, Green Hill, Sons of the Forest, The Long Dark, with an honorable mention to Kenshi. Best building: Enshrouded, Sons of the Forest, Valheim, Vintage Story. Best exploration and adventure: Valheim, No Man's Sky, Sons of the Forest, Subnautica, Vintage Story. Most fun with friends: Valheim, Ark, Sons of the Forest. My personal favorites:
Another dude who
Vintage
has no
Story,
idea Rust
Valheim,
exists. It's
Aska,
weird.
Kenshi, Mr. Prepper. Best atypical survival games: Mr. Prepper, Kenshi.
It's like when you
Aska.
ask the AI
Best
what all
overall:
survival games to
Vintage
play, did
Story,
Rust not pop
Valheim,
or what?
Unreal World, No Man's Sky, Sons of the Forest.
Seems weird.
Worst overall: Subsistence, with an honorable mention to Icarus. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you found a couple new games to check out, or maybe got the nudge you needed to try one you've had your eye on for a while. Let me know if you decide to pick any of these up, and I will definitely do another video on the genre in the future, so leave me some suggestions of survival games you'd like to see in the next one. For anyone that's made it this far, you might be interested in another channel I have where I do less edited gameplay video.
Yeah, just kill me or whatever. Yeah, that's faster, probably. Yeah, he was good. It was.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, this was good. Yeah, he except another dude. Or, Oregon Trail. That's funny.
In 2019, with Bethesda celebrating 25 years of the Elder Scrolls, Todd Howard discusses building technology that will be used for new games.
Here's partially royal
Hey
doing
guys, it's
Vane.
finally here. Vane early access release. This is no longer a demo. This is the game. This is the most anticipated.
Oh, Vane
zombie
went
game
into
just about ever.
EAC.
Imagine first-person Project Zomboid made by a small team of very passionate individuals. Since the last time you watched me play this, there has been over 60 updates, and the early access version has a ton of new things that the demo doesn't have. So here we go. Let's
Oh, really?
start our
So-
adventure. This is going to be permadeath. If I die, it is over. Here we go. Our adventure begins.
Update Vane. There's a Vane
Oh.
update? I didn't know.
Someone didn't have a fun party out there.
Ooh, can I
There
play
should be
that?
on the
It's a
ground.
demo. I don't care about my hours on
What
it.
do we have to start?
I could turn Steam to offline mode and launch it. Yeah, that is something I could do. Play it in the background while I play some other game like Rust or something. Or I could just main it, I guess. It's a shame that it won't play on GeForce Now. I mean, Vane's not on GeForce Now, right? Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
Decided to be a mechanic, which does start us off with a beautiful little pipe wrench to mash some beans with. And by beans, I mean zombies beans. Got some good painkillers to start off. We can also drink from the tub. Seems like the piping's not working here. Good thing I have a pipe wrench for that. No. Maybe they were moving out or someone was bumming in here. Ooh. Okay. Huge come up. We already got a backpack. And what do we have out front? Gas station. A million zombies. But we could check those vehicles. Since I am a mechanic, I should be able to fiddle with a couple of those and maybe hotwire one of them or find the keys. As soon as we start getting on the road... Ooh, a map! Okay, this is like the ungodly start in a lighter so we can warm up by let's head downstairs. There could be some spooky boys down there, so we have to be careful. It's a nice house. Look at
Yeah, it
this.
is.
Let's pop out the front. Doors locked, unlock, open up. Into the world for the first time. I'm going to take it slow because I'm not exactly... Oh, okay. Track start. Got him. We're okay. We're okay. First one already spotted me. They have really good eyesight. If you are unfamiliar with Vane, just know that you can get smelly, the zombies can smell you. Make too much noise, the hordes will come coming. Everything attracts them. They have good eyesight. and some of them run. So we have to be dumb careful and move smoothly. The ultimate goal is to find a vehicle and where we are going to live. Right now we're in Lion Mountain, which is a new area. Not good, 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 not good. Oh my gosh. Did that zombie see me, or are
See,
they
this is a
coming
good
for
game.
the alarm? Oh, they see me. They saw me as soon as that alarm went off. Okay.
Maybe the demo won't lock me out of other games. This seems to be taking a long time for some reason. The 21 minutes or something.
We get a better spot to kill these son of a guns. Okay, some of them are going to the alarm. Other ones are coming straight to me. They want me. Oh my god. Okay. Hold. I'm gonna get inside this house. Please be unlocked. It's not unlocked. It's unlocked. Okay. Let's see if we can maybe get upstairs. I feel like going upstairs is just a terrible idea. Let's see if I could just sneak out the back. That might have worked. That might have worked.
See, this game's good.
We're gonna wait for that alarm to settle. The gas station's gonna have like a lot of food, and they broke the door.
You
Yeah,
can hear the
love
door
food,
break.
obviously.
The door breaking was good. Hi, Kitty. I love you so much. I talked to them about you, Kitty. How positive of an influence you are on me. Where did the treats go? Oh, there we go. I bought 10 baskets of treats for some reason, and I didn't mean to. Oh well, it does add like a cool look to probably all the houses and everything. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Okay, so what am I at now? Now we go turn in the town, and I think that's the end of the expansion now for me. It took me a little while to get there. Oh right, I'm out of thingy. Gotta go crack some vials because I'm out of Azoth. Wait, what? Oh, I guess I haven't, huh? Ah.
Gas, which is something we really, really need. This place should have some tools for me. And the garage door is nice and unlocked. Let's just go ahead and lock ourselves in here real fast. Wouldn't be a bad place to start our
I've
first.
gotta go to the bathroom. I'm terribly sorry. I'll be right back. Sorry, kitty. You know you my kitty. I want to run this heater for a little while. Hi, kitty. I love you. Pull this electric blanket here. There we go. Better.
Space, to be honest with you. But I think what I really need is like a gun. So if we can maybe find, there we go, crosscut saw, pliers, all this stuff is going to help us like break into places, craft everything that we're going to need. Claw hammer especially, iron scrap, nice. Here's a zombie outside. You want to go, punk? You got a problem with me, Stinky? Nice beard you got there. It'd be a shame if someone bashed it off your face, wouldn't it?
That's not so good.
Perfect. Ooh, we got some whiskey. Freedom in here. Okay, we're gonna have to turn off the ooh, what's up there? Oh my gosh, ADHD. Oh, turn this off. I'm gonna deal with this guy because that's, why is it all, is it like a hoarder shed or was it built to keep the zombies out? That's what I'm curious about. Also, stress. How do we fix the stress? Whiskey? I'm going to drink the whiskey. All right, it's going to be a little blurry and I'm going to be a little Bobby for a second because I just drank a whole handle of whiskey. All right, we are going to destroy this. Just going to try to get in here. What did I just hear? Might have been a zombie throwing up. Okay, look. Okay, it's like a hoarder shed. But what were you hoarding? Screwdrivers? Storage tote? Junk. Move it again. 34 rounds in the chamber. Everything's loaded. Oh, yep. All right. I told you. This one was calling my name. Freaking rain's starting. All right, I'm going to take this American flag with us. Can I put this in the truck? Here we go. Move it again. Just going to put that on the back windshield. Perfect. Everybody needs to know that I'm driving with freedom. I don't need to see out my back windshield. All I need to do is see the freedom. I got so much freedom. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. And another locked door. You got some more freedom in here? No, but I am glad we came in here nonetheless. We now have a gun. All right, in case of emergencies, whip that sucker out. That's why you go up into the boarded buildings. Let's just see what's down the road. And then I think we're probably gonna, uh-oh, come on. We're probably gonna want to craft that bow at home so we can move around a little more stealthy. Another RV right there. Standish. That's what this town's called? Okay. I saw over here that this person may have had a greenhouse in their backyard. I could be mistaken. But I like to check. Yeah, see, this is boarded up too. Looks like a lot of people in this town. Ooh. Thunder. Any zombies in here? It's kind of hard to hear. I'm going to clear the building first. We're good over there.
Oh, they sell
Lights are
Aragon.
still on too.
Gotta go to sell.
Let's go ahead and fill the sink so I can drink and clean. Make sure we're maintaining everything. And we probably... need to sleep here for the night. Is it safe?
Hello,
I don't
love.
know.
You wanna come sit and
Joyful
cuddle?
Gardening Magazine for scavenging
Ah.
levels. XP boost for 30 minutes when scavenging. I mean, I'm
wow.
gonna be scavenging. Screw it. Let's read it. That'll be good. Ooh, a game console. This rain's really coming down. I don't want to go out and get wet because we can get sick. And most of my medical supplies are at
Hi,
home.
kitty. I love you.
Let's get these blinds down.
You are trying to get up on top of
Red
me,
knife.
kitty,
I actually
and I don't really
think
like
I
it.
have a knife yet.
Yeah, get back down again. Down. Down.
Let's go ahead and cover this with
You're blocking
cardboard
my
scrap
vision.
and put down the blinds. So like I said, if we're going to be sleeping here tonight, got to make sure that the zombies do not hear or see us. And that's why we always bring cardboard scrap around with us. Ooh, crunchy peanut
Here's a
butter.
hard
Let's stick
leather
my
ring
fingers
with
in there for
agi on
dinner.
it from something.
Basmati rice, vegetable broth. If there's like a pot or something, I might even try cooking here. Because there's a working stove. What's in the fridge?
Maybe it'll
Banana.
sell.
Let's go ahead and eat that. Drink a sody. Getting a little stimmy. And then we can reduce stress by reading that magazine right there, which helps. Cover that up. I think we're fully covered now. I think all the windows are covered. Where's the bedroom? Is this the bedroom? There's no bed though. I think we're sleeping on the couch. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna sleep for probably 5 hours.
Oh, here we go. She sells all the scrolls. Look. Oh, thank God.
Okay, nice. Storm's over. You can tell though, my eyes are still adjusting. A little foggy, a little peckish. We do have some chicken broth on us, so I'm going to drink that for water. Eat the crunchy peanut butter, as I mentioned before, with my fingers. And we're way better off now. It's 2 a.m. Let's sleep for another 6. Let's get to daytime. That should be way better, yeah. A little foggy still. Eyes are still, you know, waking up. Let's pound a little bit more chicken broth. And some lukewarm dog food. Okay, this needs to be unsealed to be eaten. You bite the can in vain, hurting your teeth. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe you freaking open it first, dingus. How's that sound? All right, we're actually quite hungry. I might have to hit like the house across the street to see if there's any extra food. We got, there's a fox over there. I really want to try the gun out for size.
Me too. I've been waiting for you to do it. Please do it.
I'm very afraid to shoot even once and then have to deal with a gosh darn horde of zombies. This place looks like it's got a little bit of food, maybe? Kind of have something. Where am I in the world right now? Okay, we're heading south. We're getting towards Redford. Okay, door's unlocked. Nice. You guys got some dinner for me? Or some breakfast, that is? Oh, chip. Sing. Perfect. Yeah. We're gonna try. Where are them? That. Sin pig. And I will take. But you know what? He just killed this boar right here. And I will take the deer meat and I will cook that on my grill when we get home. And look, an unsuspecting victim. Here we go. Ooh. And we leveled up our pistols. Okay, so that's a good way to level up, obviously, is by shooting the zombies with the gun to get gun levels.
Might play some
And I
Vane.
see actually like a couple of houses on the lake there. Those would be really nice
Hatching
base
right now.
locations. Uh-oh, runner. Track start. Hold on a second. That was a military boy. Where did he come from? Oh, nice. Base locations. Uh-oh, runner. Track start. Hold on a second.
Oh, it looks
That
way
was a
better
military
now.
boy.
The melee looks shitty, but
Where did he
the
come from? Oh my
gun
gosh.
combat looks better.
Is that a... Does he have a backpack on? What was that? Is that his hair? That's a freaking wolf. Okay, wolf's dead. You're dead. Okay, look how much noise this actually makes. It is drawing in zombies from like every which direction. Combat pack.
This guy had a
I am
full
going to wear
military
that over my
set.
current backpack. Look at this. Look at all the resistances on these clothings. I could use sewing kits to clean all these up. We're going to wear this. Nice. Okay, so we're fully military now. And we have a hazmat suit in case we want to go into
Oh,
some
there's
hazmat
third
areas,
person? I didn't
because
know
We're
that.
going to have cut resistances and all the other goodies that we need. It's just going to make it so we have a less chance of getting infected. Because I don't know if there's an antidote yet. Oh, sorry. Sorry. So let's go ahead and circle back home. I'd like to make a bow. I need to start cooking up some food reserves because we're running. There we should. Coal. Lighter. That is very long because eat. Yeah. Even grab a way to make it. This is where we're at, folks. Protein. We get hooked. I have a lot of seeds. Tools that I found. Into our workbench.
I'm dead. Why am I dead? Ugh.
Take all those. I'm going to be very heavy. Yeah, I can't even move. This is the quickest I can go. So many tools. Here we go. Tools for the toolbox. Bam. Baseball bat. Nails. There we go. I need a hammer for the spiked wooden bat. Got a nice claw hammer right here. And boom. Spiked baseball bat. That's our new melee. Let's let that craft for a minute. Looks like it's going to take a little bit. That's going to give us some crafting levels, which we do need. Here we go. Spiked baseball bat. We're going to go ahead and put that in our quick use. And look at this guy. Ooh. That's going to be so much better for zombie bashing. Yeah, it looks like we can build everything in here as well. So nails, metal brackets, these are walls, doors, everything else that we could ever need. These are solid things. We got utility cabinets, which I believe I need to
Oh
place
no,
down
is it
this. This
another
essentially
Soul Warden
gonna
fight?
Tell you that like zombies can't spawn here, people can't come in and take your crap. So let me grab a hammer. We're gonna build that on. These are solid things. We got utility cabinets, which I believe I need to place down this. This is essentially gonna tell you that like zombies can't spawn here, people can't come in and take your crap. So let me grab a hammer. We're gonna build that probably inside the main structure, I would assume. Right? Just right in the middle of this place. Go ahead and build it. We'll put it against this wall. It's a good spot for it. Bam. Utility cabinet, which also has a little bit of storage. Make sure things don't decay over time. Hoping in the future we can make a better mattress. I can make a basketball net once we get higher level construction, and that will increase our throwing XP, a pull-up bar, which is going to give us some strength XP as well, and then eventually a target shooter so we can actually just use ammo and level up our weapon handling through that as well. We have different stations, advanced workbench, regular workbench, luckily we already have one in the garage, fabrication, repair workshops, our industrial forges, kilns, drying racks, an ore crusher, campfire. Just gotta chop down a tree. I don't think I found an axe yet, believe it or not. We got like a key hook, document shelves. These are all specific storages for all of the things we may find out there. Rain collector, probably gonna need that in the future. Once the power shuts off in all of the cities, you need generators. I mean, luckily we have a generator where we currently are, but if we do end up setting up like multiple locations, we're gonna need things like these solar panels and other crazy stuff. So, but this is right. I'm looking for right here. We need construction level 15 and farming level 10 to start setting up planters, or I can go steal them from people's houses. And of course, barbed wire to keep some zombies out. If we want to level up our construction, we could quite literally just start setting up some fences, which I should do. I have a whole bunch of nails in my workshop here. We also make makeshift nails with pliers and iron scrap. There we go, look. Build this, and then you can see the radius that's going to be protected by my house. I could set up another one inside this place to make sure it's safe, but for right now, what I'd like to do is get like this built in, because this is where I personally am gonna start farming, right in here, in between my two buildings. Maybe having a door right there to get out the back wouldn't be a bad idea. Large fence gate, wood scrap, and wooden rods. Come here. Hey guys, it's finally here. Vane Early Access release. This is no longer a demo, this is the game. This is the most anticipated zombie survival game just about ever. Imagine first-person Project Zomboid made by a small team of very passionate individuals. Since the last time you watched me play this, there has been over 60 updates, and the Early Access version has a ton of new things that the demo doesn't have. So here we go, let's start our adventure. This is going to be permadeath. If I die, it is over. Here we go.
I should do permadeath.
Our adventure begins. Oh. Someone didn't have a fun party out there. There's some blood on the ground. All right. What do we have to start? I decided to be a mechanic, which does start us off with a beautiful little pipe wrench to mash some beans with. And by beans, I mean zombies beans. Got some good painkillers to start off. We can also drink from the tub. Seems like the piping's not working here. Good thing I have a pipe wrench for that. No. Maybe they were moving out, or someone was bumming in here. Ooh. Okay. Huge come up. We already got a backpack. And what do we have out front? Gas station. A million zombies. But we could check those vehicles. Since I am a mechanic, I should be able to fiddle with a couple of those and maybe hotwire one of them or find the keys. As soon as we start getting on the road... Ooh, a map! Okay, this is like the ungodly start in a lighter so we can warm up by fire. Let's head downstairs. There could be some spooky boys down there, so we have to be careful. It's a nice house. Look at this. Let's pop out the front. Doors locked, unlock, open up. Into the world for the first time.
I don't want to do hardcore because I know I'll
I'm gonna
starve
take
to
it
death, and then
slow
I'll be really angry.
I'm not exactly... Oh, okay. Track start. Got him. We're okay. We're okay. First one already spotted me. They have really good eyesight. If you are unfamiliar with Vane, just know that you can get smelly, the zombies can smell you. Make too much noise, the hordes will come coming. Everything attracts them, they have good eyesight, and some of them run. So we have to be dumb careful and move smoothly. The ultimate goal is to find a vehicle and where we are going to live. Right now we're in Lion Mountain, which is a new area. Not good, 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 not good. Oh my gosh. Did that zombie see me, or are they coming for the alarm? Oh, they see me. They saw me as soon as that alarm went off. Okay. We need to get a better spot to kill these son of a guns. Okay, some of them are going to the alarm. Other ones are coming straight to me. They want me. Oh my god. Okay. Hold. I'm gonna get inside this house. Please be unlocked. It's not unlocked. It's unlocked. Okay. Let's see if we can maybe get upstairs. I feel like going upstairs is just a terrible idea. Let's see if I could just sneak out the back. That might have worked. That might have worked. I'm gonna wait for that alarm to settle. The gas station's gonna have like a lot of food, and they broke the door. The gas station's gonna have a lot of food and obviously gas, which is something we really need. This place should have some tools for me. And the garage door is nice and unlocked. Let's just go ahead and lock ourselves in here real fast. Wouldn't be a bad place to start our first base, to be honest with you. But I think what I really need is like a gun. So if we can maybe find, there we go, crosscut saw, pliers, all this stuff is going to help us like break into places, craft everything that we're going to need. Claw hammer especially, iron scrap, nice. Here's a zombie outside. You want to go, punk? You got a problem with me, Stinky? Nice beard you got there. It'd be a shame if someone bashed it off your face, wouldn't it? Perfect. Ooh, you got some whiskey and money on you. You were out for a party when you got bit by a zombie, you poor fellow. There are worse ways to go. Hello there. Looks like I could actually pickpocket that zombie if I wanted to. They gave me the option to see what he had on him. Raphael Moore, 1963. That's an old man. I'm so sorry if you're born in 1963 and you're watching this video right now. I just called you old. Not bad. That alarm's never going to go off, huh? I have to avoid that area like the plague, and that's where all the freaking cars were. So that's not good. Let's make our way up the street and see if we can find another car to just check out. I need to find some warmer clothing, too. There is full-blown weather. Snow, rain, sleet, ice. Everything that you could possibly imagine. School Hill Road. Standish Road. I like this car right here. Something with a good trunk. Good trunk space, you know? Locked. Some zombies inside. Also locked. We can break the window, but the problem with that is that once the window's broken, we don't really have a way to repair it unless we can find another clean window. That's locked. Locked. This must have some industrial things inside, and maybe that zombie owned the car out here. That would be beneficial. Oh my gosh. Hold that for me. I apologize. Not the best way to go. Alright. You guys have any keys to that car outside? Now you got some rotten pizza. Felicia Shaw. I don't think I'm going to eat some rotten pizza crust out of the pocket of a zombie. That's not a good idea. Beer, on the other hand, I'll be drinking beer out of the pocket of a zombie, I'll tell you that much. Alright, we're getting a lot of detergents and things out of this place. It looks like it was like a cleaning supply area. Toilet brush, wet floor signs, yeah, grease cleaner. But all of this stuff can be used to, of course, clean ourselves, as I mentioned before. We can get stinky, and that attracts zombies, which is not good. So I'll scrub myself with bleach, which is probably not good either, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so that car is not gonna work, although it seems nice. Screw it, let's try this. Anything see me? Come on. Wait. This is a freaking armored window, man. Armored window? Yep. You know what? That might be the strongest thing window. Or the windows are down. Does this not have windows? Oh my god, it doesn't have a window on it. God, no one else was watching. All right. We got keys in the glove box? Maybe. No key. Let's try to hotwire it. I can hurt myself doing this. We gotta be careful. Oh, I got protected by my latex gloves that I randomly put on in the house because of their rubber. Oh my gosh. All right, 29%. Let's win the lottery right here. Ooh. And we can keep hitting it because our rubber gloves are making it so we don't... Oh, we got it. Oh, this is incredible. Okay. Vehicle acquired. Let's go ahead and scoot this way. Now, we can really start looking around. Tank's at 50%.
Nice wedge, you
We know
piece
there's
of
a gas
shit
station.
cocksucker developer.
We can also use this to kill zombies, such as this guy in the middle of the road. Oh, sorry. Hit her twice. Oh, there we go. And this is why I chose to be a mechanic. The best weapon for zombies is a car. Except when you don't get enough speed. I'm just gonna... Are you dead? Are we good from behind? That's a freaking deer. That's a big deer. Okay, I wish I had a gun. Handbrake. Turn off. It should be nice and hot wired now for me to work with. So, this is what I was seeing. Oh gosh. I was seeing that smoke right there. I was very curious. There's a boy in there. A meanie bo beanie boy. He will eventually break the door, but that's made of, like, metal. That's gonna take him a while. It looks like this is also unlocked. And what's good about a truck is we can actually put items in the bed, like compost bins, planters, things like that, which would help us a ton in our long term. Oh my gosh, is that a freaking wolf? Okay. Hey there, lady. Gonna just put you in your place, let that wolf chasing the fox get away from me, because that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. Everybody's got beer on them. Hell yeah. Okay, I wanted to see what that smoke was before I was rudely interrupted by a wolf chasing a fox. That's got to be really a good luck sign or a bad luck sign. I'm not 100% sure. And all I know is going into this thick of the woods is just a poor idea. Visibility is minimum, and there could be 100 zombies, yeah, within a couple of meters of me, and I wouldn't even know. So, what the hell did you eat? Just aiming for the head. Oh, she was just drunk as hell. Gotcha. Okay, let's get out into this opening. Oh, no way. Great Eagle crash site. A locked military crate. Oh my gosh. It's a very hard lock. Look at this, though.
That sucks.
Surrounded just dropped its biggest update yet, and the zombie apocalypse is looking better than ever. They added an entire ghillie suit set. Hoods, gloves, boots, everything. And it's not just cosmetic, it actually helps you move more stealthily through the world, perfect for ambushing or just staying off the radar. But you'll want to be extra
Gotta get
careful
up,
out
kitty,
there,
sorry.
especially around abandoned camps and labs. Zombie spawns have been doubled, which means looting just got a whole lot riskier. But luckily, shotguns finally pack a punch. Faster reloads, tighter recoil, and headshots, they're now instant kills. But here's what I love the most. They added difficulty sliders. So if you want a more brutal survival run, you can tweak everything from health regen to how fast your batteries or filters drain. It's your apocalypse, your rules. And on top of all of that, there's also tons of bug fixes. Everything just runs smoother, better shadows, cleaner animations, no more weird inventory glitches, the list goes on. So my question is,
Sorry,
are you
kitty.
excited about the new update for Surrounded? Let me know. Surrounded just dropped its biggest update yet, and the zombie apocalypse...
It's a good trick. It is a good little trick. I like it. Cats. Cute. Anyways, so why don't you stop you? Is Vane. Oh, I do Marco's resync. Oh, you can buy it now for $18. Oh, okay. So that's what it is. I have to buy it now. Okay, well, let's buy Vane. I believe in Vane. It might be $60 one day. I'm gonna get it $20 right now. Gonna go buy Vane and play it. my phone. Here we are. $60 gigs. I better put it on my C drive too. It's fucking annoying, but gotta Windows stat my C drive and see what's on it. Oh, I could probably empty the recycle bin. That might be part of it. Yeah, that might help. Yes. I could empty my downloads. All right, Kitty. I don't want your. I don't want you right now. I'm gonna eat. I'm sorry. Out of water. Yeah, I'm out of water. So, you know what I want in this milk? Ketchup. All right. And what else? Let's do. Hi, kitty. Meatloaf. This could be $60 eventually. I'm glad I got cheap. Mm. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to put it on my C drive, I guess. But I wanted to see.
Don't flick your cigarettes at me. How dare you?
Lick cigarettes
How
at
dare
bugs
you?
like an abusive father. Give me a beer.
Get in the RV. We need to get out of here.
We're going RVing, guys.
I have no idea
I'm not driving.
how to even do anything yet.
Is this the game? Like, have we started? This is part of the game?
Yeah, this is it.
You got a 10
All right.
2?
You got 10-2 range. It doesn't really matter when the proximity chat works about a mile away anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of useless.
You ever eaten a burger that pops into a burger with a bun? Wait for it to be done cooking. Watch. It just pops into a full done burger.
Oh, that's amazing. That's how I like to eat.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna eat it before we get on the road.
Yeah, so if you get hurt, you eat a burger and it helps. Okay, I think we're good.
Parking.
We're probably missing something, but let's hit the road.
It's in neutral. Oh my
Oh,
lord!
it's a manual, by the way.
I see that. That's awesome. I am smoking a cigarette while doing that. Do we need to have an RV?
I have a map.
Okay.
Nah, I think we're good.
This game is
Just gonna
terrible. Video
smoke
games are for kids. You should not be
While we're
smoking
driving,
cigarettes.
That's all right with you.
That is my worst nightmare.
Are we going up this? I suppose.
Yep.
All right. We're motoring.
Push it in at third.
Brian, it's dangerous to be walking around an RV while it's moving.
Yeah. What are you doing? He's
Wait, give me a beer.
drinking. Oh, I need one.
Give me a beer.
I can't drive this without a beer. There we go.
Where in tarnation are we going?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I just want to make sure that we're good to go. There we go.
Oh.
All right, now we're ready to drive.
Okay, yeah, just keep following the road.
Yep. Take her easy here.
Well, I don't think. Is this raining for this road?
It looks like
Have
it
you
is.
seen how big our RV is? Absolutely.
Yeah, the tires are
Hey, what's that?
massive. Oh
It was
boy.
a cigarette.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh boy.
Look, I did it.
It's getting a little. What the hell's that?
What does that say?
Oh, no, no, I didn't.
Slide.
I'm just gonna let that happen. All right, continue
I think
I
it's
now.
love
not
this
for good.
music.
Oh, you love the music?
I love the music.
Yeah, I love the music too. I'm so glad I can also hear it with you
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
great.
time.
It did stop though. I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah, no, definitely
Yeah.
play it again.
Put this thing into second. There we go. Now we got some speed.
Yeah, if you can just keep recreating the music, that'd be fantastic.
What? Oh my god, our beers went flying. Oh
Yeah, I
fuck.
noticed.
I want a
This
burger.
thing
I'll
into
cook up a
first.
burger.
You're gonna cook a burger in the RV while we're moving?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Why
I
not?
just had a burger.
Wait,
Oh.
maybe I can. When it's moving, maybe I can jump on the hatch.
Okay, we got a.
You know there's a ladder on the outside,
oh my
right?
God, jumping when it's moving is fun.
Okay, so
Oh, we
next
gotta take the
exit.
detour.
Yeah, clearly.
To the left.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
gonna be great.
We're gonna need to get the wood out.
Yep.
Oh, we gotta make a bridge.
This bridge is a thumbs down.
Don't worry, it's gonna work. Just have another
That's
cigarette.
not even.
All right, I'll,
Don't how you improving my work. Oh, that's not gonna hold.
I'll have a cigarette while I'm waiting for these two to figure this out.
Oh wait, that might hold.
That might work.
That's gonna
Okay,
hold.
try to line it up.
Well, I'm smoking my cigarette.
How's he gonna get past the other part?
All right.
What other part?
We need an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so go
on that
a
thing,
little
too.
bit left.
Okay.
Yep, keep a little bit more left. Okay, straighten out. Yeah, just go a little bit left. Little left.
Yep.
Punch it.
Punching it to
Yeah,
it.
just send it.
Punch it.
Got it.
Yeah. Dude, we should take this wood with us.
You can. You can stick it on the side of the RV.
This is
Pick me up.
struggle.
Pick me
Give
up.
me a little guy.
Oh, God,
There
oh,
we
I can't
go.
pick you up. Oh my God, can I throw him?
I hope.
Yeah, you can throw
Hang on, I'll
me.
be back. Can I throw you?
Don't
Holy
throw
fuck.
me.
Do it.
Tell me who you work for. I'm gonna go drown bugs.
Okay. I'll
Jeff,
keep-
you're good.
Help.
Follow me.
All right.
Help. Don't let him do this.
We're coming down the road.
So I'm gonna. No, this is awesome.
I'm
You
flicking-
never
I'm gonna
told me I
flick
could pick
cigarettes
you
at
up.
you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
this
I
is
don't
gonna make me
care. What are you
puke,
gonna
dude.
do about it?
I'm gonna puke.
I'm putting him first in case there's bears.
All right.
I'm puking.
You're puking.
I'm gonna puke.
We're leading the way.
Yeah, you
Is
did a
this
good
making
job.
you
Oh
dizzy?
my
It's
Oh
making
my
you dizzy.
God, dude. Oh my God.
Oh, wait, there's a house down here, guys.
Are we there yet?
Here, bugs, I'm gonna chuck you. Go look.
Are we there yet?
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's so funny, dude.
Hey, our first campsite.
Where do you think you're going?
All
Like,
right.
stop grabbing me.
Let me put this thing into
No, I don't want to have
neutral.
children. Shh, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Oh, I can't hear under the water.
Park. And
Oh
engine
my
off.
Get out of my
God.
office.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, we got
Here,
to
check this out. Why don't you check this out? Check that
Oh
out.
my God!
Ow.
This is
Oh, I'm dead.
Snake.
I'm dead.
You're dead.
Help.
Well,
I'm dead.
what am I supposed to do besides flick a
I'm
cigarette
in the
at you?
ground.
All right.
If you
Oh,
come
I can
over to
revive
us,
you.
You should be able to revive
Yeah,
us.
got you. Oh, it bit me.
Ow, I
It's
got
gonna
just
kill
died
me.
again.
I'm dead. The captain's chair.
I need an antidote. I'm poisoned.
Threw the hammer
hang
in
on,
his
I got one.
face.
Here, come here.
It looks like a snake. Yep.
Oh, I just threw my lit cigarette at it. I don't think it's gonna be happy.
Nope.
I got a meat patty.
Oh God!
Oh!
Come back this way. I'll get you if you
Dude,
die.
I found bear spray.
Oh, nice. You
Tried The
good?
meat patty jumped out at me.
Got
Are you
scrap
dead?
metal.
Oh, wait, hang on. I can revive you.
All right, I got.
Oh no, the game doesn't look that good to me. But I got all my spells now, which is good. I can go out. What level am I? 36. Where should I go? I'll go to Litalor. $36.
Scrap metal over here.
Died of salmonella in the Not even on the
I got bit by a snake and then I ate a raw meat patty, dude. My survival instinct.
What a great camping trip. Okay, I got all the scrap metal that was behind the house. There's 4 of them.
All right, let's get out of here. I don't
Oh,
want to
nice.
drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
we
still
should probably-
suffering from
Do
my
you want-
salmonella.
Do you want to try to fix it? Fix the RV?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
RV.
poison.
Oh, I get your mirror that you ripped off. You ripped a mirror off.
I found some nuggets.
Yeah, nuggets.
Get back.
You're actually hurting me.
Well, get back to the captain's chair.
I need an antidote. I'm poisoned.
Threw the hammer in
hang on,
his
I got one.
face.
Here, come here. Wait, I just used it in front of you. Sorry.
Oh God. What does the pink bar mean that's on me now? Oh, I have a broken bone. Jeff hit me with a hammer. You son of a bitch.
Listen, when we stop next, we can cook some burgers. Let's just get back on the road.
All right, I'll
All right,
drive.
You're driving. I'm not driving.
All right, you got to reverse out of here, it looks like.
Yep. All right, we're turning
Get
this
it
thing
this time.
around. I don't even care.
Where'd it go?
You on board, Bugs?
I
Oh, there
am.
you go. Yeah, turn it around. Why would we do that in the first place?
Because it takes an Austin Powers to happen here.
You're getting it. I mean, you're hitting a tree on your left side.
Yeah, it's all right.
There you go. You got it.
We got it. We out.
Oh yeah, Battalion.
My eyes are burning up here from all the cigarette smoke. My butts, Valley, my butts.
Dude, this RV, we're ruining this RV.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a map. You see?
Yeah, we got a map, dude, yeah.
This shows where we're at.
You guys want to check out that down there?
Really
There's
far.
scrap metal down there. You want that?
Oh, I
here,
see
let
it.
me, here, I'll go check it
Go
out.
right.
All right.
Oh, we'll check it out. Okay.
Checking out the scrap metal, over.
I hear it going off in
You
the
fucking
RV.
idiot.
There's this.
Anyways.
This opening. Oh, no way. Let's close the door. Let's check the neighbors, see what they have going on. There's got.
At fun to play. This broken game is somehow winning people over. Vane is a brand new post-apocalyptic survival game being developed by two former Dead Matter developers. You guys remember Dead Matter? So these two devs broke off from Dead Matter before all of that went down, and they wanted to make their alternative version of what Dead Matter is. A post-apocalyptic survival game that is essentially trying to be a game like Project Zomboid, but in a 3D environment. And this game actually has quite a bit going for it. It has a working, albeit very basic inventory system, a skill system, different attributes that allow you to roleplay different types of characters. You can be an athlete, you can be a police officer, you can be a banker even. There's a ton of different things to craft in the game. And if you want to talk about potential, Vane has that in droves. And the game is obviously garnering a lot of attention. It has very positive reviews on Steam. There's around 4,000 people playing the game right now. And for an indie dev team of two who have been putting out free updates to a demo for the last 2 years, their launch has gone surprisingly well. I say surprising because it's not that fun to play. The first thing you experience when you jump into the game is the character creator. Only mine didn't load properly, so I couldn't see what I was actually customizing. I dropped into the game after creating a character, and the server was one of the laggiest things that I've seen in quite some time. Oh, she lagging. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh, this is... I'm all over the fucking place. Okay. Let's try a different server. So I had to leave that server and I wanted to try something else. Maybe the ping was too high. Let me try another one. Oh. What? Oh. So the first 30 minutes of the game were just super stellar. I decided to try again. I jumped into a third server, and that one was, I would say, the most stable, only there wasn't a lot going on. I found an ATV, ended up hot wiring it successfully, and I drove around for 20 minutes, and I saw nothing. Oh! Holy fuck. She's possessed by a ghost, boys. I wanted to find another player. I wanted to see what the interactions with zombies were like. I wanted to see what the core gameplay loop actually felt like. And I found this fire station. I looted a few things. There was nothing inside. And then I came out and I noticed that a few zombies had loaded in around me. So I tried to kill one. And it was the most baseline, like, I would say downright terrible combat mechanics that I felt in a long time. Oh, God. The game has been improving over the last 2 years. They had a demo out that you could play for free and follow along with all of their updates. And I think now they hit a point where they needed to start generating some revenue to continue development. And in my opinion, I think that it's way too early for them to come out. Very similar to the video I put out last week on 83, this is starting to feel like it's in the same boat. Now, the game does have a lot of in-depth features. It's very reminiscent of a game like Project Zomboid, which in my opinion is one of the best survival games, if not the best zombie survival games of all time. And while I don't expect this game to be at the same level of Project Zomboid right out the gate, Zomboid's been around for a long time. They've been working through early access as well. I just feel for a $20 purchase, I'm not quite sure if right now is the time for Vane to put a price tag on what they have to offer. It's not in a very good state. While they have a lot of features, if this is the kind of gameplay that you can expect buying a $20 early access title, I'd rather just not. Hello? 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 Are you friendly? Oh, it's super laggy. Hello?
Hello?
Where'd you go? Hello?
My car now.
What? That was the only player I found in my
I aggroed and I died. You can turn off upkeep. We'll start with permadeath. Cool. You can turn the time multiplier to real life. That's cool. You can play the game like in the same time as the real life. Damn it, I can't. I don't like hunger and thirst because I'm constantly AFK. I don't know. I don't think I should do hardcore on the first play. Everything else is turned all the way up. Cool, I'm playing Vane on GeForce Now. Turn the settings up. Good old New World hair. You can see how New World themselves did an asset flip. It's hilarious. Driving. Medical. Firearms. Well, I mean, I was a courier. The only way to reduce stress is killing things. I want to be a sleepwalker. I want to be a sleepwalker. That was the only one that appealed to me. I have a chance of waking up in a random bed when I sleep. I'll be a nomad sleepwalker. That was a couch potato. Couch potato, nomad, sleepwalker. Yeah, Dannemore is a prison town, yeah. It's like generating the world. Save. Ooh, quick save. Check. Oh, that's the console. Oops. Load is long. Oh, look, it actually auto saves. Cool, you can play remote videos on TVs in the multiplayer. Ooh, it's competent. I think I want to play this game on multiplayer, like PvP, and just start there. Music's good. It's so bright. It's gonna be able to see it from like 5 buildings away or whatever. That's a little less bright. There, that's an acceptable color that I can get away with barely. Not really though. Okay, so I was a driver and I like medical and I want weapon handling. I was a courier. Go. And I will be a nomad. I'll take nomad, but that's it. I don't want Sleepwalker is funny. I think Sleepwalker would be really funny, and it's not like it's hardcore. It doesn't matter if I die. Go to Dannemora. Finish. Is there 4 towns? That's insane. Is it a really, really big game? Oh, cool. Vane, like, entered early access. I mean, I guess some time passed by, I guess. I like this game. I always have. Let's turn off the light. Only got like half an hour, but, you know, I'll play it in the morning. After I walk. Feels good not to be fucking wasted drunk. I'm gonna feel good when I wake up in the morning. This load's taking a long time. I feel like you froze, maybe? No, here we are. Ooh, nice bedroom. Okay, so I'm in Dannemora, Lion Mountain, Saranac, and Redford. I'm in the middle of Dannemora. Hi, kitty. Current map is a cell phone. Task, route, map, fish. Control click to place markers. Oh, cool. This game's good. Look, marker name. Look, it's like spawn HQ. Marker description, where I spawned. Where I spawned. 1028. Oh, look cool. There's like cool like cool things in this. First time. Yeah, who cares if other people are here, or just once in a while you'll probably see him driving down the street and something really random and crazy could happen, like a gunfight or whatever, and that's actually really cool, like Rust. It appears to be a house. Make this a bunker. And boom, we have our marker. The sound effects are really, really loud. I'll put them at 40. There, better. Oh, sorry, kitty. I didn't mean to bump your nose. Cool. I'm on, like on a PvP Rust server in Vane. Oh, I like the way it looks. Let's see if we can turn it up a little bit because I'm on GeForce Now and it is playing well. Let's take a look at the video. Field of view could be smaller, like 70. Resolution scale can go higher. Yeah, let's bump that because I'm on GeForce Now. Hi, kitty. She's like, you're neglecting me. And I'm like, no, I paid attention to you all day. Like I do every day. Camera could go up just a little bit. Apply. Okay, looks good to me. Cool, there's all kinds of houses and stuff nearby. It does have that good immersion as spell. Player Texas Red is left. There's the map. There's group map, fish and stuff. I can enter local only, global only, all. SUNY College at Plattsburgh. The RP is strong in this game. Ooh, basic painkillers. We'll take all his H. I need a basic cutting tool to cut open the packages that I have. And they could be anything, which is kind of cool. Ooh, Magnum rounds. Lone Star Viper. I found a gun in the first place. It uses 357 Magnum and 38 Special. Oh, look, I got 16 rounds. Take and hold. Wait, it actually puts the fucking glasses on your eyes? odd. Ooh, look at this nice gun. You can't see if you're aiming in third person, which is kind of dumb. So I'll definitely want first person, and the FOV seems a little too low. I'll probably fix that. I'll go 80. Yeah, seems about right. So I'm gonna call this 6 block, because there's like, our 6 house. I'm gonna call it 6 houses. We spawn as 6 houses in Dannemora, or 6. I guess it's 6 square. I'm gonna call it 6 square. Spawn in 6 square in Dannemora. I don't like the sensitivity. I think it's far too high. Maybe try like 14. No, it's still too fast. Oh no, that's far too low. Yeah, I think this was about right. Where did I land? 0.4. Seems kind of weird. I'm not gonna know what's in this room because I don't have a lockpick. The frames, they're not too good. I'm gonna drop the resolution scale back to 100. I just wanted to see. There we go, much, much better. Oh yeah, runs well. Oh, I like the way the gun looks. It looks good. Utility. Okay, adds quick use. There we go. So I have a pipe in my 1 key and a pistol on my 2. Can't open that door, and the immersion is already so good. There's a cast iron pan. So when I save, do I come back, or when I leave, do I come back in? Okay, so the note isn't saving. Oh god, without my map markers, I don't know. Maybe I can get back, we'll see. Oops. Now I have a deep wound. And I'm sore. Combination pliers. Can I save? No, this is like a live server. Wow. So now I want to see what happens if I log. I'm gonna go to bed once it loads. I'm just gonna see what happens when it loads in, where it puts me, and what happens if I have my marker or what. Man, this is like a 2-minute load. Oh, I'm in deep wound, excruciating pain. I might die. I have a deep wound because I went near some broken glass, I guess. And I'm going to die soon. Which sucks. are dead. Wow, I went near a window and it cut my fucking like arterial vein or whatever, and I just bled out on the floor next to the window, which is cool. But it was also sort of like, I don't remember like putting my hands near the window or anything like that. Just felt buggy. Okay, guys, I'm going to round it down because these load times are taking a while, and I'll just go back to this tomorrow. You've been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time rated gamer all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cat space to donate. Come to my YouTube where I have thousands of videos on my channel. And I'm going to upload this video now. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to say, come tune in tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. I'll see you then.